Hi, and welcome to this edition of MyMetroTV.com. Daybreak, first stop to the rest of the weekend. I'm Frederick Knight. Thank you for joining us this morning. Got a great show on tap for you. Coming up this morning, Michelle Harris continues her series, Parenting Solo. Her guest this morning, Judith Crocker Billingsley. Also coming up, my conversation with Terrance Henderson. He's the director and choreographer for the Trustus Theatre performance of Smokey Joe's Cafe. We'll have a behind-the-scenes look at the new Cameron Diaz movie, Bad Teachers, plus we'll take a look at what's going on in and around the Metro. All that and more coming up on this morning's edition of MyMetroTV.com. Daybreak, first stop to the rest of the weekend. Columbia's Trustus Theatre, in its 26th season, offers a true Broadway classic, Smokey Joe's Cafe. I had the opportunity to talk with the director/choreographer, Terrance Henderson, about what attracted him to this show. Terrance, now tell me about the show. It's it's chock full of hits from the 50s and whatnot, and it's one of those shows where it takes some thought to get yourself involved in it. What attracted you to do this show?
Well, one of the reasons why we chose this show is that it's a summer show, so our summer shows run for a slightly longer run than some of the other shows in our season. And when you're doing a summer show, people want to have something fun to go see. And Smokey Joe's Cafe is basically a review of Lieber and Stoller songs. And it's a lot of songs that people recognize, people know, and it also appeals to people of all ages. It's a family show, so the kids can come, grandparents can come, because some of them remember this music, and then introduce some young people to music that maybe they didn't know.
All right. Now, tell me a little bit about the cast, folks you've got doing this.
Yes, I say to everyone that my strongest choice that I made as a director was casting the people that I cast in this show. We have two legendary Columbia performers, Bobby Kraft and Valdina Hall, and we also have some new fresh faces in their first show here at Trustus, Joseph Scott and Arisha Connor, Katrina Garvin, as well as Cody Lodge. And then we have some other sort of staple, some of the hottest talent here, young talent here at Columbia, myself, Daryl Bird, Walter Graham, Jocelyn Brannon, and Linda Posey. In addition to that, I'm also the director of Vibrations Dance Company, and we have some dancers from Vibrations Dance Company also performing with us. So each night in the show, there are two dancers that are also performing with the cast of singing, bringing the cast to a cast of 13.
Okay, that's a big company to work with. Tell me this, Terrance. Right now, it's all the buzz in New York on the theater scene. The issues they had with Spider-Man, all the problems and whatnot. What kind of problems did you encounter, if any, pulling off Smokey Joe's Cafe?
Well, some of the problems that we had in putting this show together was really learning how to keep the show moving. It's 39 songs. It's a very heavy show. It's a demanding show for the singers especially, singing so many songs in one night. So how to keep the ball in the air and keep the energy moving throughout the night and make the transitions as smooth and tight as possible. I mean, even up until tonight, we've been making changes, nuances that we're having to fix, little things to help keep the show flowing at a sort of quick but very steady pace.
Okay, and tell me, what are some of the things we can expect with the show?
Well, one of the things you can definitely expect is fun. It is a very, very, very fun, exciting show. It's a lot of music people recognize, Charlie Brown, Yakka Yak, Spanish Harlem, Jailhouse Rock. There are a lot of familiar tunes, but they're being done with a new twist, some of them. You're going to get to see some of our strongest musical theater performers in Columbia especially doing their rendition of some of these great songs. So I think people can expect some out of sight, dynamite dancing from the whole cast, and they can also expect to see some great costumes by our wonderful costumer, Alexis Doctor.
Okay, and tell me about the length of the run and how folks, if they want to find out more about this show and or coming events.
Yes, they can visit us online, of course, at trustus.org, or we're also on Facebook, and they can call the theater at 254-9732 for tickets, and we open tomorrow night, and we run on Thursday through Sundays until July 23rd.